So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is still a keyboard review, a mechanical keyboard review, I guess, but it is the first time I've ever reviewed and tested a keyboard that uses inductive switches. So this is the Epomaker Magcore 87. Now let's walk through the unboxing, talk about the keyboard, talk about if it's worth it, because a inductive switch keyboard is not necessarily cheap. This keyboard comes in at about $200 US, so that is a good chunk of change to dedicate just for a keyboard. Now, if you guys are enjoying videos like this where I test out different types of keyboard, different keyboard technology, please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. So first off, the unboxing, fantastic experience. It comes really nice package. The box is nice and sturdy. It's a really good unboxing experience. Out of the box, you get the keyboard, obviously the Magcore 87. You get a braided USB-C cable. You get an Allen key. You get an extra set of black keycaps because it comes with kind of this blue tint on a few of them. And you get also some spare inductive switches, which are really nice to have. It's called the Magcore 87, but it's 88 keys. Shouldn't we have called it the Magcore 88? It doesn't really make a difference, but you have about 4 or 5 keys that come with this kind of this blue tinted transparent plastic. But if you compare it to like the PBT feeling, I don't like these plastic feeling to it. It's nice because you can see through it, but I prefer the feel of the PBT because they give you both of them, which is nice. I would be kind of upset if they only gave, you know, the blue ones. So first impression when you take this keyboard out of the box is honestly, it feels incredibly premium, and you would hope so at the price you are paying for this keyboard. But it is a full aluminum build gasket mounted keyboard. It weighs almost 2 kilograms. That's just a little over 4 pounds for the American people out there. And it is rock solid on your desk. To be honest, once this thing is placed on your mouse pad or desk pad, it is not moving. It is a weapon. It is a baseball bat. It is whatever you want to use it for, but it is insanely heavy. All aluminum build. On the front, you have all the nice, beautiful keycaps over here. So you have the 88 keys that this keyboard comes with. On top in the center is where you're going to find your USB-C connector. This is not a wireless keyboard. It is only wired. So that's where your connector is. On the back, you're going to have your 4 rubber feet. It is not adjustable. So you're only stuck with the incline that you get right out of the box, but it's a very comfortable one. And you also have the nice etched Epomaker logo in the back. Now, one thing about this black, I don't know if you're noticing it in the video, but especially the back plate, it is a kind of a fingerprint magnet. I'm going to try to show you guys just on this here, but you could see all the oils from my fingers just on the back of this. Now, not really a big deal because you're not typing on the back, you're typing on the front, which has the nice PBT double shot keycaps, which in my experience, it handles the oils and sweat from your hand really, really well. Doesn't stain, doesn't discolor anything. So that's the advantage of it. But on the frame, you will get kind of that oil. They are in a cherry profile. You get south-facing per key RGB. And you get multiple, and I mean multiple foam layers inside, silicone, IXP, EVA, everything to dampen the sound and give you a deeper typing profile. I opened up the back of this keyboard with the Allen key, and as you guys could see, you could see all the dampening layers in the foam just to give it a better sound profile and make this keyboard feel more premium. Now, obviously, the real highlight here is going to be these inductive switches. And like I said, this is the first time I'm using inductive switches, so I'm not an expert on everything about them. I just wanted to give you my impression and review about using this keyboard for the first time and how they're different than your traditional mechanical ones. So instead of relying on physical metal contacts inside, these switches are inductive sensing. And inside each switch is a coil and a sensor. When you press a key, a small metal part shifts closer to that coil, changing its inductance, and the change gets picked up instantly by a key press, which means a few things. They have a much longer lifespan, according to the website, 100 million presses, and I think the standard mechanical ones are like 20 million presses, so 5 times more. No debounce delay, so inputs register faster, and you can adjust the actuation point, which is the biggest seller over here, making it shallow and lightning fast for gaming, or deeper and more deliberate for typing. If you want to be more accurate and you want to press the keys more before it registers, you could do that. So depending on how you press your keys, you could adjust the actuation point, which could be really good if you're like an esports player and you move your keys really fast, and sometimes you're so fast that your keyboard doesn't even register because you didn't press the key deep enough. This kind of solves that because you can modify the actuation point to make it the lowest possible number out there, which I think was like 0.1 millimeters, which is insane. So far, trying this out for the first time, actually, it is weirdly noticeable. And what I mean by that is when I lowered it to the quickest actuation point and I was typing and gaming, I didn't expect, it's almost as if, how can I explain it? My impulses were pressing the keys from, you know, playing CS or something, and my brain was waiting for it to register that I'm used to it, if that makes sense, right? I'm used to playing at a certain speed, so it was a bit uncomfortable at first, but it's definitely one of those things that once you get used to it and you find the actuation points that works the best for you, then definitely it's going to be something that works really well in your favor. So here is a quick sound test on what the inductive switches sound like on the Magcore 87 keyboard. I found the most comfortable, at least to start, was keeping it in the standard what it comes with at the 1.5 millimeter actuation point. Now, typing on the Magcore 87, it feels solid. The switches have about a 3.5 millimeter total travel, so that's the highest you could put a point with around 35 grams of force, but you could obviously adjust that, and it's paired with the foam and gasket, so you get that nice, deep, satisfying sound without any hollowness. For gaming, it has an 8K polling rate plus those adjustable actuation points to make it go insanely responsive if you wanted to. Honestly, I was impressed, but a bit uncomfortable, and it takes some time getting used to it. The software works. It could use a bit more polish. Like it's very bare bones, but it works. It gives you exactly what you need. The RGB is adjustable. You can do it from the keyboard or through the driver as well. But at the price point, just kind of be careful because there's a lot of solid keyboards out there for half the price. So you're really paying for the inductive switch option over here. It is ideal for gamers, I would say, or I mean, maybe even really fast coders, right? That really have a preference on the keyboard, that really spend hours typing and coding, and they really need to be comfortable with their keyboard. So that I could see that as an option. It's not the most portable keyboard. It's not wireless at all. It's only wired, so obviously it's not portable. It doesn't have a battery inside, which makes it even more impressive how heavy it is without having a battery inside, right? But it does set the bar high for me in terms of inductive keyboards, but I'm worried that this is going to take me down a rabbit hole that's going to become very, very expensive. If you have other inductive switches or magnetic switch keyboards that you recommend, please let me know down below because I would love to test some more out. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It is greatly appreciated, guys. And honestly, like I said, if you have any other suggestions for magnetic, mechanical, inductive switch keyboards, please let me know down below. I would love to test out some more and see how far this rabbit hole takes me.